Do you have knee pain but still want to do yoga? If you do, I get it. I'm Karin from Karinyogalife, and today I'm going to show you 3 modifications that you can use to keep doing your yoga practice or to start doing a yoga practice even if you have knee pain. So the first one is, a lot of times we sit cross-legged in yoga just like I'm sitting now. But if you have knee pain, this may not be possible for you. This may be very painful, and this may be something that you want to avoid. So the first thing is, you don't have to have your legs crossed. You don't have to sit like this in a class. There are many options to sitting down. So first of all, you can actually bring your legs out in front of you into a much wider position, like a diamond shape. So you could be sitting like this. You could even have your legs fully extended all the way out in front of you like this. You could have one leg bent and the other one straight. So it really doesn't matter how you're sitting, because most of the time when we're sitting in this position, we're working on the upper body and the legs are just not that important. So that's the first thing. Please feel free to adjust your leg position in whatever way works for you. So you could have a diamond shape, you could have them straight out, you could have one leg straight, one leg bent, whatever position works for you. It's your body, your yoga. The other thing that may help is that you can sit up on something. So I'm sitting up on 2 blankets. You can sit up on a yoga block, 2 blankets, 2 cushions. What that does is it elevates your hips, takes pressure off the hips, which will also take pressure off the knees and help you to feel better. So you could also try elevating your hips whenever you're sitting in this position. The other modification I wanted to talk about was that a lot of times we do things on hands and knees. So we're in a tabletop position on hands and knees, which if you have knee pain or if you have any sensitivity in this area and you don't want to put pressure on your knees, there are ways to modify various poses. So one pose that we do a lot, or sequence, is called cat-cow. So I'm going to show you the normal way. Well, I shouldn't say normal. I'm going to show you the way that we would do it on hands and knees, which is often done in many classes. And I'm going to show you a seated variation that you can always also do. So the hands and knees variation is that you would have your hands underneath your shoulders, like so, and your knees under your hips. So this position is tabletop, but this position can be very painful for people with knee pain. So one option is to use a blanket or a cushion and put right under your knees. So you can spread out a blanket and bring your entire calf on the blanket. So you can do it like so. And what that would look like, simply inhaling, arching up, exhaling, rounding. So inhale, arching, exhale, rounding, dropping the head. So that is one option to do seated cat-cow or cat-cow on hands and knees. Now I'm going to show you the seated version. So same exact movement of the upper body, but we're going to be sitting down. So I'm going to still sit up on my blanket to elevate my hips, and I'm going to turn sideways so you can see what my spine is doing. So again, you're going to be sitting up nice and tall. You can have your hands on your knees. You can also have the legs extended, as I mentioned earlier. Bring the hands onto the knees, lifting the chest. So nice long spine. So all we're doing here, inhale, lifting the chest, looking up to the ceiling, a little bit of a back bend in the upper back mainly. Exhale, bringing the chin into the chest, allowing your spine to round, if it's okay for your spine to round, and coming back. Inhale, arching up, taking the chest up, looking up. Exhale, chin to chest, pulling the belly in, rounding the spine. So inhale, arching, exhale, rounding, and then coming back to neutral. So those are 2 or 3 modifications that you can use if you have knee pain and you want to still continue your yoga practice. If you go to a class and they are doing these postures either on hands and knees, or if they have their legs crossed, you know that there are ways that you can modify for yourself. Because a lot of times us teachers, we don't really get a chance to go around to everybody in the class and give them personal modifications. So it's always good to know for yourself what works for you. So just to summarize, the first one is you can always adjust the feet out in front of you or in any of the positions that I showed you when we're doing these seated positions. Secondly, if they're doing things on hands and knees, specifically the cat-cow, which is very common, you can always change that to a seated version of cat-cow, and there's also a standing version of cat-cow. So you can always just sit down and do that variation for yourself. So I hope this helped. Please let me know if you have any questions. I'm going to be doing more videos like this, showing modifications so that you can continue to practice yoga safely, and remember that it is your body, your yoga. Yoga is meant to work for you, not the other way around. So if you like this video, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you again soon.